Hello, friends. I am wanting to do more live chats with you because I literally love all of you so much. And these are, I feel like, a really fun way for you to get to know me a little bit better and for me to get to know you a little bit better. So with each live chat that I'm gonna do, I'm probably gonna do like once a week. I'm gonna drop it in my recordings on my feed so that you can go back to it or you can catch it if you haven't shown up today. And I was gonna talk about compression gloves because compression gloves are really on my mind like so much. Like we are deep diving into like all that kind of content in my programs. Like we're all talking about compression gloves right now and sharing like our tips and wins about compression gloves. So I might still do that like later this week or even next week. But what's really on my heart today and what's been on my heart for a while to just like open up the door to chat about is like, what is the narrative that we're telling ourselves? Or like, what are the lies that we're telling ourselves that are keeping us from doing the things that we need to do for ourselves? Like, what are you telling yourself that's keeping you from actually doing the things, like doing the things that you know are going to help you? Like you probably know like that you need to get enough sleep at night, like eat 3 meals a day. You probably know that like prioritizing your health and your wellness is like good for you, but like what's keeping us from doing that? For me, I have always fed myself the lie that I just literally like don't have the time to prioritize myself. Like I'm a mom. How can a mom of 3 kids, ages 5 and under, and a business owner have time to like sleep for 7 hours at night or have time to like go to the gym? How can I'm too busy to like spend time with my husband or do like a meaningful thing for myself or to literally like actually enjoy my life. So, what lies do you feel like you've been telling yourself that's keeping you from doing what you know you need to do for yourself? Our culture like certainly doesn't help in any way. Our hustle culture like has kind of normalized like the overly caffeinated and like sleep deprived like in almost like a heroic way, right? Like the more cups of coffee that you've had today, like the more that you're winning, but like that's actually like such a lie. Or the less sleep that you've gotten, or the more that your schedule is full, like the better. And I just want to like call all of this out as bullshit. Like it is absolutely bullshit, and I'm totally fed up with this narrative. This narrative is like literally what I feel has kept me stuck from like actually prioritizing myself. Are you resonating with these ramblings? Like, let me know. What I'm discovering, and of course, this is a process, I would say, over the past like 4 or 5 months, I've really started like leaning into this idea. And what I'm discovering is that as I prioritize myself, or as we prioritize ourselves, and as we do once we prioritize ourselves, then we do the things that we need to do to create sustainable routines. So as we do our exercises or go to the gym, as we like just stand up from our desk and maybe like walk outside for like 2 minutes, just take some deep breaths outside. As we do like little things for ourselves, as we like meditate or like repeat affirmations to ourselves, or maybe as we explore EFT or tapping, which if you haven't, go ahead and look that up after this. Tapping is really cool, a really cool way to like calm your nervous system down. As we put heat on our hands, as we massage our hands, as we wear our compression gloves or our kinesio tape or our braces or our hand supports or whatever it is that you know you need to do for your hands, as we engage with the things that we love to do, like as we allow ourselves to pick up a new craft or, actually knit or embroider, or just like, I don't know, experience life in a full way, we're actually becoming like better people. Like we're becoming better friends. I'm becoming a better mom and a better wife. We just become better people. We have to fill our cups first. You can't take care of everyone or everything without first taking care of yourself. That's the truth. And it's like I've heard that so much. And I think I told myself that, but like I didn't really know what it looked like to take care of myself. Or you don't have to, but it might look like you're, wigged out on caffeine every morning. I know I was all day. And I still love my caffeine, y'all. I'm not giving up coffee, but I am re-examining my relationship with coffee. You might also experience more physical pain and definitely emotional pain if you're not taking care of yourself. So as I work on creating and sustaining healthy routines for myself, I absolutely am inviting you to join along with me. I want to tell you more about where I started before this, but I do see I have some chats, so I'm going to look at the comments. I don't have the mental energy to invest in myself and keep everything running. You feel like you have to choose one. I know. That's definitely what I felt where I felt like I was even 6 months ago. And what I found I was doing, and I'm not saying this is you, but I'm wondering if any of you can relate. I found I was numbing out on anything that would numb me. I totally bought into the mom wine culture. It's okay to just drink 2 glasses of wine every night. It wasn't okay with me. I'm not okay with that. I want a healthier relationship with alcohol. I'm not okay numbing out for 3 hours watching Netflix instead of doing something meaningful for myself. And I'll still have a glass of wine and I'll still watch Netflix. I love watching a show at night. Y'all know how I feel about taking care of my hands and how you should take care of your hands while you watch Netflix. But I just think that with a lot of kindness and grace to ourselves, it can be so helpful to re-examine our relationship with some of our routines. And so I definitely felt like I didn't have the time or space to prioritize myself. So actually what I started with, and what is something that's so important when you're creating any routines or habits that you want to actually sustain, because here's the thing. If you learn a lot of new things or something, if you've been on my page and you're I want to do this and that, that's going to burn you out. That is absolutely going to burn yourself out. And so I always recommend starting small. And so for me, and this was more about I think my mental health and my energy levels. But what I literally started with was something that I knew I could do every day, which was literally, you're probably going to laugh at this, but I had read somewhere that the last hour of our day is the most important one, because then our brain processes that time of our day more as we sleep. And so I was on my phone, all up till 11 p.m., on just scrolling. Or I was just consuming a lot of dumb ass TV, which is fine. I still like to watch a show at night, but I was doing it, for too long or really close to my bedtime. And so I was wow, if this last hour of my day is so important and it's going to set me up for more success, or actually allow me to then feel more rested and wake up early and get done what I want done, then I'm going to make that last 10 minutes so good. That's what I'm going to start with. I'm going to start with just that last 5 or 10 minutes to be the best time of my day. So in our upstairs bathroom, I kept a journal, and I still do. I keep a journal there. I haven't done this. This is literally what I decided I was going to do. I was going to, and what I still do is I write 3 wins from my day. So what are 3 things that I did that I'm proud of myself for? And this could be literally I folded some laundry. That's an often win of mine because we do so much laundry around here. Or it could be bigger wins too. I had a great call last night with my students or whatever it is. But I journal out my 3 wins and I reflect on my day with gratitude. And then I look towards the next day. What would I like for my 3 wins to be? But it's low pressure. It's well, if I can meet one or 2 of my wins, that's gold. And if I meet all 3, I'm celebrating the hell out of that night. And if I don't meet any, that's okay. I know that the next day I can meet some. So I started with that practice, and it takes me literally, 3 minutes. And then I also, after that, so again, when we're starting at the beginning of creating a routine, that was 3 minutes, right? Totally feasible to do. And then I was like, I want to like, I'd heard like the benefits of meditation. And so I decided that I was gonna just sit on my bathroom floor with my back like against the wall or something in a comfortable position for just 3 minutes. I think I started at 3 minutes. And I set my timer, and for 3 minutes, I did not consume anything. I like guided meditations, but I had never just sat with myself for like a few minutes, which like sounds awful, right? But like how many of us just don't ever know what that feels like to just like sit with ourselves and our bodies in silence. Each time a thought comes in, I just like gently push it away. I also now have like meditation balls that I like to fiddle with, and sometimes I'll listen to maybe a guided meditation or even just like the sound of like I don't know, calming meditation sounds. But I've worked myself up to like 7 minutes of that. 8 minutes would feel like a stretch, but over the past 4 or 5 months, I have prioritized that routine. And when it started, it was just 3 minutes of like, what are today's wins? What do I want my wins tomorrow to be? And then like 3 minutes of meditating. And so that was like 6 minutes, right, of like my day that I was able to dedicate to that. I love Headspace for meditation. I haven't tried Headspace, although my husband uses that and he really loves it. I think it like can show you like how like what your streak is for like listening to meditations, and it kind of like helps you keep track or be more accountable. That's awesome. I'm so glad that you like that. So if we're like trying to prioritize ourselves and prioritize our health more, starting small is key. And it's just and if you want to like take this and apply it to your hands, like just starting with one exercise. Just go to my feed after this and find one exercise that resonates with you and save it. And try to prioritize that like every day. And just take 3 minutes out of your day to do that. And like, here's the thing, the more that you're able to do it, and the more that you're able to like win at that one thing, that's when you can start to like feel like, okay, expanding, like maybe then I can add a second thing in, like then maybe I can add heat before in or add a second exercise in. And so like for me with my evening routine, I've added like some free form journaling in when it feels right. And I've added to that length of time. So that has been key for me. And once I start to have those wins, those small wins, and prioritize myself, then I can expand. And now like I'm not numbing out like with wine, and I'm usually not like numbing out with a lot of like binging like mindless stuff that like I regret the next day. And those are all my thoughts. Thank you for being here for this brief live. This was super fun. I still absolutely want to do a live more about compression gloves, because that's definitely on my mind and my heart to do. Maybe later this week or next week. But thank you so much for joining, and I challenge you to just do like one thing. Just one thing. Don't overwhelm yourself. Prioritize one thing today. Like, what is one small 4 or 5 minute thing that you can get a quick win on? And how can you do that every single day and repeat that, and then build more consistency and more confidence in yourself to eventually do more? But just start with one small thing. I love you guys. Bye.